We're joined today on RailerCulture.com with Brandon Abel. He's with CHS and he's based in Minnesota. Welcome today, Brandon.
Thank you.
Okay, Brandon, you're a DDG merchandiser. We've been hearing quite a bit lately about some concerns about the ability to supply DDGs into Canada due to cost. Are you seeing that yourself?
No, we are seeing a little bit of it. I don't think any of it's really happened yet. A lot of people are shying away of the cost of getting it up there from the U.S. I think right now a metric ton would be about a $245 per metric. That's pretty high. But if you look at it against $7.57 corn down here, it's still a pretty good average against corn.
So I guess do you see that demand for DDGs is continuing to increase, or is it holding stable at this point?
Right now, I would say it's holding stable. Typically, especially up in your area in Canada, we typically see a little bit of a decrease in demand coming in the next couple months. When the grass is green and there's other options for feed available. But right now, we really haven't seen it just because of the higher inclusion rates that we're seeing, and also the Canadian dollar is pretty strong against ours right now.
Right. So what has been driving the DDG price higher if the demand is held stable?
Up in Canada, the reason why the prices are getting held up there is the strong demand domestically here in the U.S. I think, in the last summer we had the huge mycotoxin issues, and that's gone away now. And especially in the southeast U.S., the huge pork producers have pulled a lot of the product down to the southeast instead of. It's really given us another option to bring it, and really kept the price up to Canada pretty high.
So have a lot of the Canadian producers basically compared the DDG price to barley as opposed to corn, obviously, and that's kind of lowering some of the demand as far as imports into Canada?
Yeah, we are definitely competing against feed barley quite a bit right now. I think, 2 months ago, myself, that's all I heard of is the price of feed barley is so much more competitive against distillers, and I agreed with that then. But right now I'm seeing Alberta feed barley at $205 per metric ton, and that's up $10 in the last couple of weeks. So we're starting to see that market to tighten up a little bit also.
So I guess as you look going forward here through the summer months, what do you see happening with DDG prices?
I think we're just going to be sideways at this level for the next couple of months. I don't see a decrease in value too much. I think it might lag a little bit against percentage of corn. If the hog producers keep the inclusion rates up, that should help out against the decrease in demand from the beef guys up there. So I don't see anything saying it's going to increase heavily, but I really don't see a huge downside to it either. So
do you think it has a greater chance of going up as opposed to down?
I do see it probably going up just because of the tightness in the corn market down here.
Okay, so is the corn market that really drives the DDG price? Is there an established ratio, or how does that work?
It's not established, but it's historically, this time of year, DDGs trades pretty much at 80% of the corn. Right now we're a little bit below that, I would say, in the mid-70s, but it's pretty much in line with the corn price, barring any big, supply issue at the plant.
In terms of some of your customers with DDGs, where are their inclusion rates right now in a beef ration?
In the beef ration right now, I would say it's about 20%. There is some, I'm hearing studies that are going on that should be out in June of feeders using up to 40% in inclusion rates, and it'd be real interesting to see what happens when those results come out.
How about hogs?
Hogs, down here in Minnesota, we've got guys using up to 50%. I'd say an average probably around 40, but the inclusion rates keep getting higher and higher. It's when it's such a good price to corn.
What other uses are people using? Like, you're a DDG merchandiser, so you're looking for as many different markets for the DDGs as possible. Is there any other markets being developed for DDGs outside of obviously feeding them to cows and hogs?
Poultry markets, another big market we hit. Hog market has obviously increased heavily over the last year. In those three main markets, the broilers, the cattle, and the swine market are the main three.
Okay, Brandon. Well, thanks a lot for joining us today, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.